Hey guys, it's Ross, and I wanted to show you guys some things that's going on in the backyard. Some things that I've been planning for months now, finally coming to somewhat of a fruition here. One of those things is the potatoes, and a lot of people, this is very common practice that I'm about to share with you guys. It's called hilling, and the reason why people hill their potatoes, and they do it to a couple other plants as well. But in the potatoes case, you can bury a potato plant as deep as you want. Along the stem of the potato plant, it will actually grow roots, and from those roots will then spawn more potatoes, so you get a better harvest that way. And you can kind of grow vertically as well. By adding more and more soil, you're going higher and higher and higher, and you don't have to plant nearly as many potatoes to take up nearly as much space this way. So what I've devised is a interesting way of hilling your potatoes. Maybe you guys have seen someone do it like this. I know some people use bins and they actually grow them in containers, but I'm using actually these kind of raised beds you can see behind me here. What I had done was I went to Home Depot a couple days ago. I got some treated wood, put it together really quickly with some deck screws. Took me no time at all. And I can show you over here, guys. Yesterday I had planted the potatoes. So I have 6, this is a 2x2 raised bed here, 2 feet by 2 feet. And I have 6 potatoes in this bed. By the way, potatoes, they cost me almost next to nothing because they're so cheap at the store. And this wood really doesn't cost all that much. The screws already don't cost that much. And then I've planted them in the soil here. If you live somewhere around me in Philadelphia area, probably like if you're in zone 7, you're gonna want to get your potatoes in the ground now. A lot of people use Easter as a great time to plant their potatoes. So if you haven't thought about it yet, you may want to go to the store, get some potatoes, put them in the ground. It's really simple. There's plenty of other videos out there on how to plant them, but what I had done is planted the potatoes. I put the raised bed around the area in which they're be growing in, and then once they grow, so once this potato then say sprouts up out of the ground and gets to the level of this thing and gets past the level of this, I can then fill in some soil, or really as it keeps growing higher and higher and higher, I can keep putting in more and more soil. It's going to build a very strong root system. It's going to grow quicker. You name it. It's going to just have a much higher crop. So that's kind of, and I have another one over here. This is interestingly, another one right here. Interestingly, right next to the grapevines. This is right underneath. I mean, you can't get any closer to the grapevine here. I mean, this is like a 2 foot space here. This is probably like only 1.5 feet. Then we have a honeyberry. If you guys can see this guy, he's starting to leaf out now. He may actually start flowering, which could be a bad thing because honeyberries, they do flower quite early. And you have to be really careful about what varieties you select. And then another grapevine, just another 1.5 feet away. So, I'm really maximizing the amount of space I have here. And what I'll end up doing is actually putting another raised bed on top of this. So this is only 6 inches high. I'll put another raised bed on top of this, fill in with soil. I'll have an entire foot worth of soil for 6 potatoes. 6 potatoes and 6 potatoes. And we're gonna see at the end of the year what my production's like. And I think a lot of it is gonna have to do with this hilling process that I'm doing here. If I were to just plant a potato in the ground, I did plant some potatoes last year with that exact same style. I just planted them in the ground. Really didn't get that many potatoes. I think variety has a little bit to do with it. The soil has a lot to do with it. But this is like astronomically more efficient. So anyway, guys, if you've never heard of hilling before, I'm glad to have introduced it to you. And stay tuned for some more videos of me outside. All right, take care, guys.